The birth of the universe. I make a lot of videos about space. I want to answer a question that has been asked by humans since we first looked up at the stars and wondered if there was more out there. How did it all begin? Now, as an astrophysicist, I have no problem with the standard model of cosmology. It's a good scientific theory that explains how the universe got to be the way it is today. But it doesn't really explain what caused it to start in the first place. And I know I'm not the only one who finds that unsatisfying. So today I'm going to give you my very non-scientific take on how the universe began. Everything was born out of nothing. Well, not literally nothing, but almost nothing. Think of it like this. If you were to take all the matter in the observable universe and spread it out evenly, it would make a sphere about 150 billion kilometers in diameter. That's around 10 times the diameter of our sun. Now imagine taking all that matter and squeezing it together, so that sphere becomes only 1 micrometer across. That's about the width of a proton. All the matter in the universe was once that small. And even a fraction of a second before that, it was unimaginably hot and dense, infinitely smaller than a proton. Then came the Big Bang. Well, not the Big Bang as we usually think of it, with stars exploding and galaxies colliding. I'm talking about the real Big Bang, the one that started it all. At some point, maybe triggered by quantum fluctuations or a collision with another bubble of false vacuum, our unimaginably small and hot ball of matter inflated faster than the speed of light, not just expanding, but accelerating. Within a fraction of a second, it went from smaller than a proton to larger than a galaxy. Most of the matter in that tiny sphere was still stuck together, but some of it, mostly hydrogen and helium, had enough energy to escape its gravity and began flying off into the newly created universe. Over billions of years, that debris would eventually form the first stars and galaxies. But let's get back to our unimaginably small ball of matter. As it kept inflating, the intense heat and pressure inside began to create the first elements, protons and neutrons, then the simplest atoms, hydrogen and helium. Eventually, the expansion of the universe slowed down and cooled off enough for those atoms to start sticking together, forming molecules, dust, rocks, and eventually entire planets. The first stars ignited, creating pockets of heavier elements within their cores. And over billions of years, everything came together to form the universe we live in today. So that's how it all began. A hot, dense ball of matter that exploded and spread out across the universe, eventually forming galaxies, stars, and planets, and everything we see around us today. It's a beautiful story that I never tire of hearing, even though I know it probably isn't true. But that's okay, because whether or not we ever figure out what really happened, we can still marvel at the incredible universe we live in and wonder what else is out there.